Hola, Ninas and Ninos. It's good to see you this morning. We're traveling to the country of Mexico. Ay, 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 my sombrero is so big. I hope you maybe are ready to do some measuring today. If you did not get to go to the video about measuring on YouTube, I didn't make it, but it's a really good video to prepare you for what we're going to talk about today. It's a little complicated. So that's called measurement, feet and inches, something like that. And I've got the link in the lesson plans. So if you haven't watched that yet, talk to your parents about it. And today we're going to, if you are ready to go ahead and get started with me, get your worksheet. Of course, this is the front. There's the flag of Mexico and what it looks like. I like the little burro here. Hee-haw, donkey, and the piñata. But we're going to work on the back side first, as you know, for class time. I want you to remember when I was measuring the students, I wish I had my growth chart here, and you might have been one. I didn't get to everybody, but remember how they stood up next to the growth chart, and we saw how many inches tall they were. But then I told them how many feet with inches they were. So remember, 12 little inches in a foot, 36 little inches in a yard. You can't see a yard here, can you? But remember how long that yardstick was. All right, so if things are more than a foot, then you're going to have to add some inches on to the 12 inches of the foot. Or you could say 1 foot and like 2 inches instead of 14 inches. But I know that's all complicated. So let's break it down. That's why I want you to watch that video first. And because they can illustrate it for you better than I can here with my camera. So, but let's look at this now if you've already seen that video. And notice it's like the growth chart. It goes all the way up to 5 feet. Now, in 1A, it says Carlos is 50 inches tall. There were a few of you who were 50 inches tall. I can't remember who it was now, but maybe it was you. So Carlos is 50 inches tall. So we have to look at our growth chart here. Of course, it's very shrunken, isn't it? And we're going to find 50, and there it is right there. So now we can also see that each 12-inch segment is a foot. So you've got 12 inches, 24 inches, 36 inches. That's 3 feet, which is the same as a yard. And then we've got 48 inches. Now, 50 inches is 2 inches above 4 feet. So you have 4 feet because it's like 4 rulers, right? 1 ruler, 2 ruler, 3 ruler, 4 rulers. So that's 4 feet. And then 50 inches is just 2 inches above 4 feet. So he is 4 feet and 2 inches tall. So that's just another name for 50 inches. We could call it 50 inches, or we could call it 4 feet plus 2 inches. And that's the same thing. It means the same. Maria, let's look at B. Maria is 45 inches tall. So we look at our growth chart and we find 45. So there it is. So she is not 4 feet tall. She's not as tall as Carlos was, is she? So we're going to go down to 3 feet. She's over 3 feet tall, though. So we're going to count how many inches to get to 45 inches. How many inches above 3 feet? So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 inches above 3 feet. So we could say that is 3 feet plus 9 inches. 3 feet and 9 inches tall. Does that make sense? Now, their pet dog, Chico, is only 14 inches tall. So let's come down here, find our 14. There we go. And she's, I don't know if it's a he or a she dog. Chico is more than a foot tall. And she's not 2 feet, is she? No, but more than a foot. So we can put he is 1 foot. Now, they're going to confuse you by putting this little mark like this. Okay? And wow, that doesn't really show up very well. Let me do that a little darker. Okay? All right. Now, that means foot. Remember we learned that this 2 diagonal or IN period means inch. All right. Well, 1 diagonal means foot. So Chico is 1 foot, but he's a little more than 1 foot because he's 14 inches. So if we go from 12 to 13 to 14, we're adding 2 inches, 12, 13, 14. So he is 1 foot and 2 inches tall. So that's what you're going to put for C. 1 foot and 2 inches tall. They already have the little marks in there for you. I just wanted you to know what they meant. All right, we'll talk about that more, and I'll finish measuring people when we get back to school. So I think you'll understand it a little bit better. We're going to work on adding 3-digit numbers in section 2. We're not going to do any carrying with this. We're just going to add them. So it should be easy. Pay attention. Let me get some of these written on the board. All right, we're on section 2 now. Remember, 1's on the right, 10's on the left. So we're going to do we're going to do the adding opposite. There will be no carrying. We're going to do the adding opposite. Then we read a number. We just read a number from left to right. 372, 215. But when we do the adding, we have to start here at the ones place. Remember, you must always add the ones column first. So 2 plus 5 is what? 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 2 is 5. Did you get 587? See, not hard. All right, let's do the next one. Where are we going to start? Ones column. 6 plus 3 is 9. 1 plus 5 is 6. Are you thinking, or are you letting me do all the thinking for you? 4 plus 1 is 5. You never know. I might do something wrong on purpose just to see if you're paying attention. So we've got 569. Let's go to this one. This is the last one I'm going to do with you, and then I want you to do the next 3 on your own. They even write there whether it's ones, tens, or hundreds to help you, but they won't always do that. All right, let's start with where? The ones column first. 3 plus 4 is 7. 5 plus 1 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. 667. I'm going to let you finish that. You can pause me and finish it now, or you can come back to it. Let's go ahead and look at the story problem. Remember, we're going to read it, we're going to reread it, and then we're going to look carefully at the, when we reread it, we circle the hints, and then we're going to look carefully at the question to decide if we're going to add or subtract. And then we're going to write the entire combination with the answer. All right, Maria went to the market for her mother. She bought 3 avocados, 2 mangoes, and 6 hot tortillas. How many items did she buy in all? All right, your pencil ready to circle? Maria went to the market for her mother. She bought 3 avocados, 2 mangoes, and 6 hot tortillas. How many items did she buy in all? Did you circle 3 and 2 and 6? Now, there are 3 numbers. Are all 3 of those numbers important? Let's look at the question. How many items did she buy in all? In all means what? All together, or we're looking for a sum, so we're definitely adding. And there are 3 avocados and 2 mangoes and 6 hot tortillas, and they want to know how many in all. So you're going to write what? All 3 of those numbers, and then what they equal. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm going to take a look at this paper and see how you did. All right, number 4. So again, you can pause me and figure that out, or you can come back to it after the video is finished. Number 4, Carlos and Maria have 3 papaya trees and 5 pine trees in their yard. How many more pine trees than papaya trees do they have? This time, circle the important things. Carlos and Maria have 3 papaya trees and 5 pine trees in their yard. How many more pine trees than papaya trees do they have? What did you circle? You should have circled the number words, 3 and 5. And you should have circled how many more? You might have circled the word than also, more than. That means we're comparing, probably, and we might need to subtract. But these can be a little tricky, so let's make sure before we finish that it makes sense to subtract. So if we're going to subtract, we have to put the larger number first. So we would put the 5 first and then the 3, and if we subtracted, you figure out what we would get. Would it show how many more pine trees than papaya trees they have? If we added it, would it show that? So if you're not sure, you can try it both ways and see which way makes better sense. So I'm going to be looking for your answer on that and see if you could get that right also. You're going to want to, if you are having trouble in section 1 on your seat work, go back on Monday. I added that link that I accidentally left out into the lesson plans so your parents can look it up on Headmaster. I also incorporated it in a text to the group. So if you're having trouble with the quarter after, quarter till, then that video is a really good one to watch. Everything else on here you should know how to do. And look at that at the bottom. They're working with ribbons. And we were working with ribbon when we made our craft, weren't we? All right, and the other thing is you're going to do your speed drill. So the next one on this, if you've been keeping up, it'll be 49. But if you're behind, just do the next one. We just try to do 1 speed drill a day. All right, thank you for listening. Have a great day.